The power of happiness. Millionaire Success Habits is a book designed with one purpose in mind, to take you from where you are in life to where you want to be by adding easy-to-follow success habits into your daily routine. As your success, income, and responsibility grows, you can't neglect your happiness. If you are not consciously defending it, it can slip away. In our society, we often think that if we've got tons of money, are the head of a profitable company, and have a lot of fame as well as fortune, we're going to be happy. Happiness is the core of success, rather than success the core of happiness. Yes, you read that correctly, happiness leads to success, not the other way around. Here are the 10 happiness habits that can make happiness the core of success, rather than success the core of happiness. Yes, you read that correctly. Happiness leads to success, not the other way around. Number 1, define what happiness looks and feels like to you. Number 2, make the present your friend. Number 3, stop overthinking. Number 4, focus on a positive outcome. Number 5, let go of specific outcomes. Number 6, don't be afraid to fail. Number 7, let go of grudge. Number 8, be grateful for what is in front of you. Number 9, don't settle for good enough. Number 10, be part of something bigger. Imagine that we're sitting in a restaurant right now and I ask you this question, from the deepest part of you, what makes you happy? Would you have an answer? Do you know what it would be? I believe that's a hard question for all of us. And I think it is a difficult question because so many times we try and compare our definition of happiness to others. Just because someone else's definition of happiness is a sports car and a mansion, doesn't mean it has to be your definition. Most of us let our desire for external things guide us. We think once we have that new house or that new job, then we'll be happy. But guess what? The excitement of external things fades. Have you ever thought, once I get a raise or to that next level of income, that is when the fun begins? Then it happens, and you spend accordingly, get some new stuff, upgrade your apartment, and think, I'm making more money so now I'm happy. But then a few months pass, and the additional income and what you bought no longer satisfies you. Also, don't confuse happiness with goals. I still have materialistic goals, financial goals, and achievement goals. I'm not stopping my evolution. But I know the difference between goals and what makes me happy. I want to make sure you do too. The search for happiness starts by thinking through and defining the term as it applies to your current life. So try this, jot down things without overthinking them. Don't limit your list to things you do, but also include the thoughts that make you happy, blessings that you can be grateful for, and activities that bring you joy. Write, and write some more. Then look back at your list and circle 3 to 5 items that you feel strongly about, and those are typically your top ones. I personally love being in the woods. I relish big trees and a mountain stream. And it's probably because I grew up in upstate New York and my grandfather took me fishing a lot. He was such a great role model and someone I loved dearly. When I'm around nature, I'm truly happy. If I were to take an entire day and go out into the wilderness with big trees and a beautiful clear running stream, that would provide me with an inexplicable sense of happiness. Happiness is in the little things. Your happiness can be a place, a lunch, coffee with a friend, a weather, a cup of tea, a good walk, the smell of the rain, the smell of freshly baked bread. Fill your list. Happiness habit number 2, make the present your friend. I'm talking about the present day, the right now, this very moment you are living in. You have to make it your friend. So many of us go through life looking forward to tomorrow, to next week, to next year, instead of making friends with the right now. We think to ourselves, when I get this promotion, when I start my own company, when my company's profitable, when my wife truly understands me or my husband just gets me, when my kids are out of diapers, when they go off to college, when I lose weight, then and only then I'll be happy. That kind of thinking is just an excuse for pushing happiness off to some vague time in the future. But when we do that, guess what? It may never get here. That is why we have to live in the now. Why not decide to be happy now? When you say the words when/then too many times, as in, when I get that promotion, then I can finally relax and feel great about my life, all you're doing is putting your happiness on hold until tomorrow because you're mentally living in a time other than right now. How many of us are waiting to be happy until that one certain thing happens? What if we threw away that mindset and just made today our friend? What if today was an incredible day? What if we no longer lived in the past or the future but rather decided to be happy right this second? What if we started doing more of the things that make us happy and focused on more of the thoughts that bring us joy, today? Right this moment. You can decide to do this, it's your choice. Happiness habit number 3, stop overthinking. Have you ever heard the saying, paralysis caused by overanalysis? What stops us in our tracks from living the life we desire is simply overthinking. I've witnessed this repeatedly in so many different circumstances, especially starting or going to the next level in business and wealth. What ends up happening is that we overthink, overanalyze, and find ourselves stuck. It doesn't matter what your goal is, you can overthink it to death. I've watched this in my real estate education classes for years. I'd go to an event, and I'd meet people and shake my students' hands and sign books, and so many people would say to me, "You know what, Dean, I'm dying to do that first deal, but I'm not done reading contracts, and I need to know every detail first. Before I get started, I need to get my MBA, save up until I have a nest egg, find a partner or fill in the blank dot." And so much of what they are usually talking about is stuff that I've never even done. And I've done thousands of successful real estate deals. If there's a recipe for success, all you have to do is follow the recipe. There is no need to make a dish from scratch, right? Don't overthink things, because you'll never do anything. You've given up without giving it a shot. What if that person was the person you were meant to be with and you ignored the chance because of overthinking? So obtain the knowledge you need to build confidence, but then don't get bogged down in endless questions, second thoughts, and circular analysis. If your heart is telling you to act, if your subconscious is telling you to go for it, stop overthinking and start taking action. Happiness habit number 4. Focus on a positive outcome. This is a powerful way to bring happiness into your life and get what you want in advance. And I know it sounds simple, but I can't tell you how many times I've heard someone say, "Oh, Dean, you're too optimistic." Am I too optimistic, or do I just understand how powerful our subconscious is? Listen, your energy is going to go in any direction you aim it. You get to choose if it is spent on the positive or the negative. When something comes up, our minds immediately want to go to, "Oh no, this isn't good. What if this happens, or what if this happens, or, oh gosh, what if? The antidote: become a keen observer of your thoughts. It's worked for me. And now, when what if thoughts try and sneak into my mind, I say, no. I'm not going to let my mind go there. You can focus on what might go wrong, or you can focus on what might go right. Why not invest your energy in what can go right? I used to focus on the wrong outcomes, and this story from my personal hell illustrates the dangers of this focus. For years, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning because my mind was racing with thoughts. And for years I just thought this early morning waking was a reason for my success. I'd wake up and I'd start thinking about all the things going on that day, and I'd think about what could go wrong, and I'd try to find solutions to them before the problems even were reality. Then one day, I said to myself, no more. I'm going to start tricking my mind and my subconscious by changing those negative thoughts I have when I wake up. From now on, I'm only going to focus on a positive outcome to these situations rather than creating negative outcomes in my mind. And what happened? I was able to visualize success and happiness and finally started getting my much-needed sleep. It took some time to make the transition from negative to positive outcomes, but when I replaced that disempowering habit with the empowering habit, it eventually stuck. When I interviewed Trent, our conversations provided many great lessons, including his own happiness habit that helped him deal effectively with the pessimists and naysayers, both online and in his life. First, I've come to associate a hateful post from someone as a disillusioned fan who is unconsciously still in need of some hope or motivation. It's so easy to scroll down and see a post under a video I sent out that can immediately affect my mindset. I'm human just like everyone else. But when I simply gave that negative post a new meaning, it created a new behavior in me. No longer did I see it as I did something to create this, rather, I see it as this person still needs help and hopefully he will come around. But I'm not in control of them, I'm only in control of what I do. I let the tens of thousands of positive posts from the people who get inspired by my words be my fuel. And to protect myself even further, I'm very picky about who I follow, what I do, what I watch, and honestly, even the conversations I have. I'm very selective about certain people when they call me, because I know certain people either want something, or they want to bring gossip, or want to bring drama, so I always tell myself to protect my peace. So I will do what I must to put barricades between me and their negativity. Protect your peace every day and watch your happiness and joy grow. And I have another habit to start each day off the best I can. When I wake up, I put myself in the championship mode mindset, as I like to call it. I give thanks for the opportunity for life, for another day to give it my all. It's my biggest thing for protecting my confidence and protecting my peace, because so many times, we don't realize the opportunity we have to give our greatness to the world every single day. God gave each of us greatness inside us, and we can't share it and use it if we are not at peace. Do what you must, protect your peace, and show the world what you are made of. Happiness habit number 5, let go of specific outcomes. You think to yourself, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I predicted. This isn't right. Sometimes you order steak, and the server brings you chicken, and all of a sudden, you're angry. This is not what I wanted. I can't believe they did this. Here's how we make the same mistake in relationships. We're going to be married next year, and we're going to honeymoon in Hawaii, and this is the way it's going to be. And when it doesn't turn out that way, we immediately get angry or our joy in the relationship diminishes. Remember what Tony Robbins said, what if life happens for us, not to us? Imagine you're paddling downstream in a canoe, and all of a sudden, the current takes you off course. You could resist it and say, I have to paddle upstream against this strong current and get back on the track I expected. But wouldn't that take a tremendous amount of effort? What if when our course is altered, instead of being angry, we said, what if this little change in direction is a strategic part of my next level of life? Maybe this is happening for me and not to me. Maybe I should just ride the current out and see where it goes. When you're fixated on riding the current to one specific outcome, you become unhappy when things don't work out. When you're mired in unhappiness, you're never going to be successful. Instead, you lose confidence and walk around depressed. After I learned this lesson, it changed everything in my life. If I start a business and it starts to go in a direction I didn't expect, I just ride the current. Maybe this is the direction that will lead me to success. When you let go of a very specific outcome, the heavy weight of expectation comes off your shoulders. You will become a different person immediately, and your happiness will skyrocket.